and more civilized way of doing business. Online trading might not be such a new concept, but just to keep you in the loop, it is the sampling of your goods and services on the internet, of course, with the aim of getting the public interested in them. Multi-Options Enterprises is a company that has incorporated an online trade fair where visitors can find information on various goods and services that they are searching for and start trading. With me today is Albert Mundia, the director of the company, to give us more information about this concept. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Liz.
How fast is online trading picking up?
Online trading is picking up in unbelievable, very fast way. Well, let me say this is a wave that if you're not a very, very fast learner, to leave you out of sight, because the online trading, unlike other tradings, it changes with the minutes and times. Different countries are looking into ways whereby they can catch up with the world. So this is a trend that is slowly catching up into the Kenyan market, but moving very fast. So we're calling upon companies that are interested in doing online marketing. They should be up to date on the current trends and markets globally.
So online trading, of course, people go there, it's a local boost, but say if I was in the United States and I saw something that I really liked, do you have the services and the capabilities of probably someone who wants something to be exported there, or it's just limited to local entities?
No, when we talk of online, we talk of the global platform. We're not talking of local, because it will never be online if it's local. If you're in the US, you need to know information about the Kenyan market. You log on online, you get to see the kind of products, services that you're interested on, and that is whereby you find companies list what is interesting to them to echo into the global arena. Yeah, and that is how we come up with the name online trading.
Okay, in terms of local companies subscribing to this service, how fast is it and how is it helping them probably?
Well, the local companies are slowly adapting into this idea of marketing online. Remember, it's a new idea which is slowly being sold to local companies. When I talk of local companies, I'm looking at examples of the exhibitions that we have around town here, selling small stuff, maybe clothes, jewelry and stuff like that. This to them is a new concept that initially to them was a concept that was reserved for the big, high and might in the society. For example, the likes of Coca-Cola and East African breweries. So for you to sell the idea to them, it will take time. But thanks God, the government has provided internet accessibility to companies, so it's easier to sell to them, and they're going to come on board slowly by slowly.
Okay, taking you back to when you formed the company, how hard was it in the beginning? Because I know people are not really techno-surveyed then.
It was very difficult to convince people that you can market online, you can sell goods online, because the word internet was still a jargon to them. So when you talk of marketing online, that people can come, get to buy some of your goods online, get to know of your services online, pay online, it was difficult, I must admit. But slowly with the idea of the internet marketing coming down to the people, they're slowly accepting it and seeing it as a way of life. So they're slowly embracing it, and let me say it's gradually not where it was. We're doing good in terms of online marketing. All
right, interesting. There's something you had mentioned just before we started the interview on trade fairs. It's quite interesting because at the KICC there's a lot of movement on our background, soon as from tomorrow there'll be an expo, yeah? Yes. But let's talk about online trade fairs. How does it work? You know, here with the expos you get to actually see the products and experience it. But online, because sometimes people don't really trust the internet as much.
Well, the trust in the internet is not so much so let me say the African continent doesn't have a lot of faith in the internet. But when you go to the Western world, they have lots of interest in the internet because one, it cuts time. You get to know what you need to get from the internet. At the comfort of your office, you can click the mouse and say, okay, fine, I need to purchase a car. How much is it going to go for? Am I ready for this price? You can negotiate with the sellers online. So when you talk of the online trade fairs, these are listings of products that people are ready and willing to sell to the buyers. So these buyers and the sellers come into contact through the internet. You might be interested in a property that is selling in Tanzania. You don't have to walk there. Neither do you have to make phone calls. It's something that you can do from the comfort of your living room.
All right, you mentioned something to do with trust. I know people really, that the internet sometimes has been quite a controversial piece of discussion, because most people see maybe this is a good car or this could be a nice sofa, but then does it really exist? Yeah. How have you tried to curb that?
We've tried to curb this by linking the consumer directly to the seller. When they get in touch with each other, they get to know each other. If you need to buy a product, you need to have all the details. For example, if you're buying a car, you need to get the logbook of the car, do your research, go to the KRA, for example, find out if it's genuine or not, if the owner is the real owner or something of that sort. You cannot just come to the internet and purchase something because you saw it there. So we're cutting that by making sure whatever products are sold there are legit, the owners are legit. Yeah.
In terms of growth projection, how far do you see this company growing? Because you act as a broker now, linking the consumer with the provider of the service.
Let me say the company is growing in a big way, and people with people embracing technology, this one is going to take us far. Then again, the government providing internet availability to nearly all households. It's no longer a thing that you could imagine, I wish I had a computer. Computers, even school kids are having computers nowadays. So they can learn from home, and they can as well link up what they're doing in schools. So the internet being a medium for exchange between the traders, the sellers, the consumers, interested parties, the company is going to go far.
Okay, does this mean then there's the slow death to actual advertising, say for example newspapers, TV ads? Because I know with the rise in the marketing budget is usually huge, yeah, and it's quite interesting that you say online trade fairs, because the other day we had someone from BNI who mentioned, Elizabeth mentioned about businesses are now looking into creating contacts to meet each other, to referral marketing. Is it the slow death of this kind of other advertising?
Well, let me say yes, because of the budgets involved in marketing. When you look at like the online trade fairs, the amounts levied for your products to be seen by the global audience in comparison to what the other advertisement agencies are offering, it's way low. Because for example, a trade fair, if you look at a category of a trade fair, you need to put the business information there. The amounts charged are affordable in any manner, because we charge like 500 bob per month. So when you zero that to a day, is about 17 shillings per day. That is way affordable, bearing in mind that you're echoing your products to the global audience. We're speaking of over 1 billion people coming to see your products at an affordable rate of 17 shillings per product, or per the whole entity.
In terms of purchase, yeah, acting as a broker, yeah, people have to, what is the process? Do people have to register with you, or how do they go about if they want their products to be seen out there?
Well, our company has made this a community thing. We simplified the way you can do trading on our website by simply making it, when you register through the website, you have the rights to upload your products. When you upload your products, we have our administrator who goes through the products that have been uploaded by the day. So he can contact you, tell you, okay, this kind of product, we don't see as if it's going to do well in the market here. Why don't you change and do this or do that? Then again, those companies that have been shortlisted and they have their products there, they have the rights to change. You might be selling a suit today for 5,000 shillings. Then you realize markets are not favoring you. You need to lower that. You have the right to lower it by the day or increase the prices as you wish. Unlike print catalogs, whereby once you print it, you have to wait until the next printing for you to change the prices.
All right, let's talk about the businesses that can register. Is it limited to certain kinds of businesses?
No, it's not limited to any kind of business. It's left open. Be it a business, small business, big business, or whatever kind of business you want to do. For example, you can decide, I want to shift from this house going to a smaller house. I won't need my big dining room set. So you can come to our trade fair section, list it there, then we'll link you up with the sellers and you're in business already.
But then this kind of advertising would be more efficient and profitable for some entities other than others. For example, if there's a mama mboga watching, she possibly can't go and put her things online because they're perishable goods.
You can put your things online by taking photos of what you sell. Believe you me, what you're selling today is not what you'll sell tomorrow. But the importance of online trading is to create an awareness that a mama mboga is existing in Buruburu, in South Bay, wherever they are. So I'm working in the office. I need to link up with the mama mboga because I have the contacts. I leave the office late, I get home late. I need to have all that prepared in advance. So what I'll need is to get the contacts, ring her up, tell her, hey, I need this and this done for me, so that I'll pass by your place and pick it up. So it makes it easier, unlike you walking around looking for the mama mbogas and they're closed maybe.
All right, I know this has been made possible because now people are really computer literate and techno-savvy, but over the years, how has it been in terms of other hardships and what has made this kind of advertising very possible?
Let me say what has made it very possible is the fact that the government has zeroed on the rates into which computers are accessible. Unlike before, bringing computers and computer accessories, there was a very big tax on such items. But with the government embracing the ICT technology, they lowered the tax rates. So it's become possible for every household or every school, every community to have at least a computer. Then again, the literacy. You can do so much with the computer. You can learn from home. You don't need to go to school.
All right, maybe on our last question, we have this question of the day, every other day that we do this. And today we're asking, how are you coping with the rising cost of living?
The rising cost of living, well, a good one. It is difficult, but I believe necessity is the mother of invention. So depending on how I want to live, I try to fix my life to the current day expectations.
All right, thank you very much, Albert.
You're welcome.
Well, there you had it from Albert, an insightful way of advertising. Instead of spending millions and millions of shillings, there is something called online trade fair. Sit tight. Coming up next is a recap of the news headlines.
Is this the last chance for Kenya? United Nations Security Council meets to consider deferral. Putting heads together, stakeholders meet to seek means of stopping fire outbreaks. Keeping watch over jumbos, KWS launches collaring exercise in Savo. A rare treat for canines, US DJ in rare spin for dogs in nightclub.
And now let's take a look at what we have for you in the business news. A survey that will rank the best companies to work for in the country based on their practices and human resource policies has been launched this morning. The Institute of Human Resource Management says for long organizations in Kenya have been grouping in darkness in matters human resource due to lack of a yardstick. The Human Resource Index will measure, among other parameters of communication within a company, remuneration, growth of opportunities, and ability to attract best staff.
Then we want to look at the attraction index. Now, how well the job openings that we have in our organization, are they real job openings because of growth, or are they openings because people are leaving? And then we want to look at this attraction index. One part that's very crucial is the Y generation. Do we have organizations today that are able to attract this Y generation? Because you see, the Y generation have a totally different way of thinking, a totally different way of processing information, and organizations need to begin to prepare for that. All right, to be able to attract these people.
I think this is something that everybody should say, me too, and get into it. At the same time,